If you've just been denied for your O1 visa and are trying to figure out what your options are, watch this video to get all your questions answered. Hi everyone, my name is Marcus and I'm an immigration attorney. Welcome back to our O1 Visa series. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe so that you can learn all about the O1 visa. So today we're going to be talking about something a little bit more serious, which is O1 visa denials. Nobody likes to get a denial, but sometimes it happens. And this video really, I want to talk about what your options are after you get a denial. The first thing you need to know is that if you have just been denied and you are currently either not having status or accruing unlawful status, you're going to want to leave the country as quickly as possible. If not, this is going to significantly impact your future immigration applications down the road. So if you want to come back to the United States on a different visa or even apply for the O again, you definitely want to leave the country as soon as possible. So basically, there are 3 different options after you've been denied for your O visa, and we're going to go through them one by one now. So option number 1 is that you can refile your O1 visa process. So the way you do this is basically you start from scratch and then you just submit everything all over again. The only problem is that if you've been denied before on the form I-129, you're going to have to state that you have been denied this classification before. If you lie and they find out, that's basically fraud, and that's not only going to deny your second case, it's also going to affect all other types of immigration applications. So do not lie on the form. If you have been denied, just say you've been denied and sort of explain why in the form. However, one thing you should know is that once you've been denied before and basically this black mark lasts for 7 years, what's going to happen is that this usually triggers an immediate request for evidence the second time round, because immigration is thinking like, wait a minute, you just got denied. How is it that you're applying again? How could you possibly suddenly become more extraordinary in the short period of time? So one tip in terms of like refiling is that you might want to wait at least 7 years before applying again, because on the form it basically says, have you been denied this classification in the past 7 years? So one possibility is that you wait 7 years and then you don't have to worry about that question on the form again. However, if you feel like, oh my god, I really need to come to the United States now, there's a project I need to work on, you might want to be able to take that risk, but just bear in mind that you most likely will end up getting a request for evidence. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you are automatically going to get denied. It just means that when you are preparing your case, it's just got to be much stronger in order to overcome it and get the O1 visa the second time or the third time that you're applying. Option number 2 is that you can appeal the decision. So for example, if you've been denied, there usually is like a set time period in which you can submit like an appeal to like the administrative appeals office. Usually that is an option, but I can tell you that 99% of those cases that go up there end up getting denied. So if you really want to appeal, I would say consult with an immigration attorney, because not only can the process take a long period of time, you will not be able to stay in the country while you're waiting for the appeal to happen, and most of the time they do not look favorably on appeals, and most likely you're going to be denied. So if anything, I would prefer if a person refiles rather than appeal, but then it really depends on your case. So for example, like if the underlying case was super strong, but it was denied because of some really bizarre thing that the officer did, then that might be a good case for appeal. So it's really a case-by-case basis, and you're going to want to chat with your immigration attorney before you kind of figure out whether refiling is the better option or appealing is another option for you. Option number 3 is basically to apply for another visa. So remember how I talked about like being in unlawful status earlier on in the video? So if you are currently not in unlawful status and you have like, sometimes certain visa types give you like a 60-day grace period. If you are still in your 60-day grace period, you might be able to transition to another visa type, either through like a change of status or basically applying for something new, or leaving the country, applying for a different visa type. But it really depends on your situation. So for example, like if you're an O1 artist kind of person, sometimes you might be eligible for things like the P1B visa or the H1B visa or the P3 visa, just really depending on your situation. So that's something you really want to talk to your immigration attorney about, in terms of like whether you should even apply for a different visa, what visa types are out there, as well as whether you should apply for it within the United States or should you leave the country and get it done. Because some visa types are easier to apply for outside of the country, some visa types are easier to apply for in the country. So it really depends on your situation. So that's pretty much it for this video. It's super short, but basically, you know, you really only have like, sorry, 3 options here in terms of what you can do after your O1 visa has been denied. So please like, comment, subscribe, and if you have anything, please let me know and we can continue this conversation online.